Welcome back to Hot Water Wrestling, everybody, for what I like to call Around the Horn with Hot Water Wrestling. Even though Around the Horn, the popular show on ESPN, talks to a bunch of different people about one subject, why it's called Around the Horn. Here, I guess I do the reverse of Around the Horn, which is one guy about a bunch of different subjects. But whatever. I just like the sound of Around the Horn. So, feeling good, in a good mood today. Figured I'd come on, jump on, make a video, mess with Billy Paz. What's up, Paz? I love you. I put out a tribute to Billy and all my friends here, actually, on YouTube, whenever they're feeling down. Anyways, short of the story, let's get right into it. WWE, current product, what the hell's going on? Well, I think there's a lot of potential, for Paul Heyman. We'll talk about some good things, by the way. Like, I'm gonna bitch too, but I think there's a lot of potential for Paul Heyman to do something and create a stable. They let him run with it. He's a true villain. Just so damn annoying. He's so good at what he does, and he's still very sharp and on top of it. And boy, you hate John Laurinaitis, but you're gonna hate him even more. I think there's a good opportunity for him to come back in, form a stable, which will be good. Get some guys, get some new heels in. This is a good way to advance some talent. I expect, like Dolph Ziggler probably to join. Ryback, I think he'll probably, eventually get on board here if they're smart. I mean, he's kind of already a heel, but now is to really make him the strong man. We'll see how Wade Barrett fits into all this. We don't know if they're going to be doing a draft or what. They actually skipped the draft, which is weird. So we don't really know. But anyways, I think Paul Heyman, I'm happy he's back. We've all gotten off to a rocky start, I suppose, since AJ. Well, it's kind of gone downhill since AJ was appointed general manager. It was much better before. I thought WWE programming in the fall of last year up until WrestleMania, and then even a little after WrestleMania, was pretty solid. It was going pretty well. Actually, through like May, I guess, it was going pretty good. And it's kind of taken its dip since SummerSlam especially. Since SummerSlam, it just really started to race to the bottom. AJ being promoted general manager of Monday Night Raw and being the star of their biggest show, it probably rubbed a lot of the divas wrong, which is why Kelly was released. I think it was because she was pissed off that the divas have booked like shit, and there's a lot of divas on the roster that have more talent than WWE allows them to show. I don't think Kelly was any kind of ring genius, but she was hot. I liked looking at her. I thought she added, her little spice on things. It sucks to see such a face of the. She was pretty much the face of the Divas division. Be gone from the company so suddenly. But none of it's a big loss. Just like the tag team division, because the Diva and the tag team division, both of them are a joke. And the tag team division's a little better, I suppose, but not much. I don't know when they're ever going to fix that. They're really missing out on it. It would be terrific. If I was in charge of WWE, the first thing I would do is restore some prestige into that tag team division. But, CM Punk's title reign, wow. What can I really say? I'm just stunned WWE has allowed this to happen. I'm very, very happy WWE has allowed this to happen. There are pieces of potential in the current programming to reach a level of really, really good programming. It seems the 3-hour Raw hasn't really worked in their favor. I thought it would, because it would give them the chance to showcase more talent and have better matches because they'd have more time. But instead, what they've done is they've just thrown in all this shit and just made it so cluttery. I think with the 2-hour Raw, it would still get very cluttery, but they would be forced to commit more. Whereas on this 3-hour Raw, they're looking to just throw all sorts of randomness instead of giving. I mean, the opening intro, everybody's now taking like a solid 20 minutes, you know, which no one would take like a whole solid 20 minutes on the 2-hour Raw. They would, sometimes they would, but now it's like everybody, you know, the opening scene is like a half an hour, like crazy with commercials. So like, you know, they're using the same format they had in the 2-hour Raw, and they're just, you know, throwing a lot of crap in there. But the segments that are good, like basically the CM Punk storyline is one of the only ones worth following at this point. They are getting more time, you know. But then of course AJ is the GM. That's definitely going to come to an end. I mean, obviously she's under probation. They all know it. They've had the 3-hour Raws and Vince is pissed, so AJ's definitely going to get the the boot in the ass, I will tell you that. So we'll see who the new GM is. But, you know, I think they're a couple of pieces away. You know, I mean, JBL's been looking to come back, so that would be a wise move if they could put JBL as the GM for a little while. Maybe have him get some matches and beat up. Who knows what they're going to do. But, you know, Triple H is the obvious choice. Kind of be like a crazy Vince. You know, he can wrestle and be GM. And I think eventually that'll happen. But I think he's got a few more matches in him, basically. There's no way that match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam was Triple H's last match. That's not going to happen. He's definitely going to have one more song, and I'm not to say WrestleMania, but let's not get into that. Let's keep it more current. You know, Ryback, like I said, if Paul Heyman signs or starts that stable, which I think he's on his way of doing, he's definitely going to join, and I think Ziggler is definitely going to join, unless they turn Ziggler face with this. You know, I mean, who else you guys like? Damian Sandow, he's kind of like a new Leaping Lenny Poffo in his own way, just more of a dick, more, you know, stuck up. Can't really have an opinion on him. Antonio Cesaro, you know, did I say his name right? If I didn't, the United States champion is who I'm talking about. That guy, you know, he looks pretty good. You know, I don't know all that much about him, to be honest. I don't know how it all kind of went over my head, but I'm still, you know, feeling it out. But I mean, he looks like he's someone who can get in the ring and wrestle with Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan, you know, and have great matches. I'm hoping so. You know, those are the kind of wrestlers I like. You know, I could stand to see Kofi Kingston used a little better. You know, he's just kind of become. I guess he's kind of always been, but he had that one serious little run with Randy Orton back in 2009 that showed that he could probably work at an upper, you know, solid upper mid-card level. They haven't really done it, you know. I mean, you got The Miz. You know, there's just not too many interesting stories going on. You know, I'd like to see them get Cody Rhodes back in the fold. I think that would be good. You know, maybe he can join the faction. I don't know if I covered this, but, you know, they didn't have the draft last year. So we don't know if they're doing a draft anymore or what. So we don't know who's going to be changing back and forth. But it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see who they make general manager. I think that's going to have a lot to do with it, because the general manager for a while has really been